This sounds like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus. Just anybody out there?
Our brothers.
I still
had a sore throat for a month and a half.
This is not the right environment for me acoustically.
It used to sound better, right? It used to sound better.
It's scary.
It's like mating.
Oh my gosh! There's someone.
All these birds start flying. It's like Evan Almighty when they're coming in the window. Oh, jeez. Okay, birds, not pterodactyls.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like, is there a helicopter here? Where's all this? Where are the trees moving? Like,
Oh my gosh.
I asked my old roommate, I'm like, what do you think the opposite of hate is? And he said, I think it's not caring at all. Or opposite of love, I apologize. He said it's not caring.
That's so true. I see that. And I understand that now because the idea occurred to me that I feel like when people are hating or they're putting hate on someone else, I'll put air quotes around it. They care, yeah. It's because they're either hurt about something that person did, they're hurt about something in their life, they're putting in energy to change this person's perception,
Get revenge.
Yeah, get revenge. Yeah. So indifference is literally just no energy being put out at all, like love or hate. So I could see what he means. Like,
I guess on that same topic, you could argue that not caring is the opposite of hate too, though.
that is also true.
It's like they got a weird love triangle.
I know, no. That's a really good way to explain it. That's so true.
That is bizarre. I've never thought about that.
I know one of the theories is the halo effect is what it's called. It's like that's why beautiful people get perceived as more trustworthy, more honest, things like that, which I would kind of put under morality.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, what do you think on it?
I would say the same thing. We just kind of deem them to be more ethically correct because they're appealing to look at. So, like, we justify in our own minds that they're not going to do anything wrong because they're beautiful.
Is that like when you see the beautiful girl, like, like how there's the difference between beautiful and hot?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
That's totally a thing. And so I feel like with a lot of those beautiful, like if you see someone and you're like, oh, they're beautiful, you're like, they're probably more, like you're putting innocence with beautiful as where you're putting kind of like dangerous and sexy with hot.
Yeah, good point.
And honestly, and I will say this, judgment does nothing but just show insecurity.
Yeah, within yourself and to other people.
Within yourself and within your ability to love other people for who they are.
It makes both parties feel shittier.
It does. It's like judgment is just a two-way, loss. You're being mean towards other people, and you're also not doing yourself any favors either. Because by judging, you're only making yourself feel more insecure, and you've got to judge others to make yourself feel better, but in the end you're not going to feel better about it. So it's up to us to just love and accept for who they are, and not everybody's going to be your friend, and at the end of the day that's okay. Just love them, accept them for who they are, and okay.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in creating win-wins for like whether that be in business, whether that be in life decisions, or just how you treat people in general. And whenever you treat people with love, it's a win-win for both parties too. Right. It's like the opposite of judgment or the opposite of hate, kind of in that aspect. That it makes you feel better. You're way more at peace whenever you view the world from a loving point of view.
I totally get that. I don't know.
He just tried that last drop. Literally, it was a drop.
I did that too. It just felt natural. I'm paused and talking. They're talking. This is a good time to get a drink. There's nothing in here, but I'm not gonna hold it up to my face and put it back down.
I'm not kidding. I watched it. It was a drop. He tried to sit down like nothing happened.
Did the same thing,
he tried to pretend like it was so real.
You're just talking naturally, and you just naturally grab for the cup. It's right
little do you guys know there's nothing in here for the past hour. I just act like I'm sipping, but you can't.
Okay, now you're just coming off as stupid.
All right.
It all starts with the intangible. It all starts with your thoughts, which become actions, and then produce different results. So, in a way, if we could somehow elevate consciousness to a level that people are thinking more for themselves, and maybe not even necessarily themselves, and they could think more interdependently as well, but like thinking more, like thinking through their actions more. Like we were saying with a more conscious like society, I think there'd be a lot of societal benefits that would come with that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, but there are also so many obstacles against like that happening. Like, for example, just advertisements in general.
Consumerism.
Yeah, any kind of advertisement is kind of like telling you to make this decision. And so it's like, it's kind of like everything in life is kind of setting you up not to do that and not to value your own choice. But you just have to internally know that your choices have power, no matter what like you're seeing around you, because like you're guiding yourself, kind of.
That's a good point. That's one thing that Kanye West preaches that I'm a very big fan of. Is like he's very big on the aspect of I just love how anytime you bring up Kanye West, like you get a cringe, you get a little bit of a reaction out of somebody. Like I saw you cringe a little bit. That's just so funny to me. But he preaches that if people were more like confident just in themselves, and like how our culture takes away from confidence so much and beats people down to think that they're nothing, or to think that they're worthless, or think that they're lesser. Like if we could just distill a confidence in like humanity, a lot more awesome things are going to happen. And I couldn't agree with that anymore, honestly.
Yeah, I think that taking away someone's confidence and like someone's kind of like your self-worth and your identity are so important. And like when you have trauma that harms that, like it's a vulnerable position to be in.
It really is important, and it really made me see like him passing away kind of gave me that like, okay, I need to really think about my life here and what really matters to me, and what do I want to do, how do I want to carry on now that he's gone. And I'm going to carry all the things that he taught me with me forever. I mean, he taught me some great life lessons, and one of those being the stupid crap doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And he told me that I would come home and be so upset over, stupid high school, middle school drama, and he would just look at me and just be like, it does not matter. Like, you're going to look back on this 5 years from now and be like, why was I even so mad?
Good point. That is so important.
And he's so right. He's so right. Like, being 22 right now, looking back 5 years ago when I was 17.
Like, who cares?
Who freaking cares? Like
whenever you, like, hate, you just realize, like, how energy depleting it is upon yourself. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's the irony about the thing about, like, love. Like, whenever you're, like, doing loving acts, it feels good, and it's the exact opposite of energy depleting. Like, you feel, like, refreshed, you feel full, you're like, yeah, let's go. Like, and it's, like, literally the exact opposite. But when you're hating somebody else, and your thoughts are, like, constantly dominated by, like, what can I do to fuck them over? What can I do to do this? What can I do? Like, or like, what can I do to, like, defend what they might do to me? Like, you're anticipating them constantly. It's so fucking energy depleting. Like, you are just mentally just drained.
Yeah, it doesn't help you at all, really. Because I've, like, I don't think anyone likes to admit it, but I think in some circumstances in your life, people have done that, kind of go out of their way to make someone upset or make someone, feel lesser, maybe like revenge. And it really doesn't do any good for you. Like, what good is that doing? Causing someone else pain? Why? Like, I just don't see how that's fulfilling.
True.
And I heard this really awesome quote. Actually, Ruby Rose put it on her Instagram story, and it was, the best kind of revenge is simply no revenge. Move on, be happy. It's so simple, but it's so true.